Welcome back. This is Dom again out here. We aren't at a new spot. This is actually a very local spot that is notoriously bad for fishing. It's big and there's a lot of weeds, but for some reason, I mean, normally you just fish from shore here. I've been out on the water a couple times here in the past years, but yeah, it's late in the season, and I mean, going to new spots will be great and all, but I feel like it won't be representative of how good they are, just because it's like kind of cold and the fish are a little more sluggish and there's less food and stuff. So that's why I decided to come here. I mean, I haven't filmed here yet this year, and I don't expect to catch much, but you never know. This place is big. There's a big dam on the other side, so maybe I'll make it down there. It's pretty windy, so maybe not. Who knows what's gonna happen, but yeah, I did have to launch down this hill right here. I don't know if you can see it in front of me, but I am looking forward to dragging it back up that hill when I leave. But for right now, hopefully, I know there's a lot of bass in here, but it's a matter of catching them, obviously. But yeah, it's not that cold, but it is windy and it is overcast, as you can tell. So who knows what's gonna be out here. It's 8 a.m. so we'll see what we can find, and hopefully it'll be more than nothing. I just had a little tiny bass on my line, and now here's a good sized bass. Hopefully he stays on, because I don't think he's connected by too much. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, this is a nice, beautiful bass. I honestly thought it was weeds. I couldn't believe what I was feeling on my line at first. Wow, this guy's a good size. Right in the corner of his lip. That's a healthy fucking pound-and-a-half bass, I'd say. That thing is beautiful. It's probably been maybe 45 minutes since I caught this guy. From when I launched, I paddled to the other side too, so hopefully there's more of these beauties around here. That guy's nice. It's really shallow and he darted around with it. Oh, can't tell. I don't think so. No, it's not. Nice bass though. Not as big as the first guy, but still a good sized bass. I'll take it. Yeah, smaller for sure, but not bad size. It's beautiful nonetheless. In the middle of me eating this apple, caught a little baby bass. Oh, he came off. Here's something a little bigger. I'm still in the middle of eating this apple too, which is annoying. Oh damn. It's a good sized bass right here. Alright, this apple's gonna have to go away for now. I love how it's only bass in here that I'm catching, and they're all decent size. At least 3 out of the 4 or 5 I caught are. This guy's nice. Maybe not as big as the first one, but definitely bigger than the second one. And he is a chunk, 3/4 to a pound, so probably a pound. It's a nice fish right there. I'm glad they're biting, and I'm glad I paddled to the other end of this reservoir too, because it is 100% more productive down here than it is in the first half. Something, I think it's small, but it's still a fish. Yeah. Not the tiniest bass I caught today, but definitely not the biggest. He's stuck on weeds. Nice. Conveniently. Ow, relax. Nice little adolescent boy right here, or girl, I don't know, but this hook is through his fucking mouth, I know that much. Not the hook, but the whole lure is in his fucking jaw. I don't know how he managed that, but this is gonna be annoying. Wasn't as bad as I thought. Tiny little guy, but he'll be special one day. Probably next season he'll be nice and juicy. I don't know if this is the fish that was just toying with me on the other side of these jet skis, but there's another bass. Actually, he looks kind of smaller than the. Maybe he's the same one. I don't know. He's not tiny, but the one that was back-to-back casts, he was on and came off I don't know if it's the same fish or two different fish, but it was annoying. I don't know if this is him, but I'll take him if he wants to come off the hook, that is. Decent guy. Skinny and kind of long, but not a bad fish at all. Young adult male, probably, if I had to guess. But yeah, what do I know? Or less from my kayak. And he's a beautiful bass. On par with the other one. Actually, maybe a little, just as big, I'd say, as the biggest couple I've got so far today. But yeah, I was surprised he didn't see the boat and just went after this thing. I'm not complaining, but I pegged him for being a little smarter, seeing how his size is very adequate. That's a beautiful fish, probably around a pound. Nice bass. There's a little guy, I mean, he's not too small. He felt small, he didn't give much of a fight, but it's decent size. He's hooked in a bad spot though. Actually, it's just having both hooks in his bottom lip makes it tough to hold him, but came out quick. I'm surprised he didn't jump off all those times he came out of the water. Not a bad sized bass. Good healthy adult male. This place has been more productive than I ever thought it could be, so that's a good sign. Another bass, I assume. Good size to him too, it seems. Oh wait, maybe it's not a bass. No, it is. I'm pulling him, but it's because he came off that bitch. That was a good bass. It hits it like not like 6 inches, like 2 feet tops from the kayak. He's about to pull it up out of the water, and Mr. Bass over here decides he's hungry. I don't know how he didn't see this. I guess I'm thankful that this kayak is camouflaged to a certain degree. Good sized bass here too. Above average, honestly. Nice bass. Like, this kayak is like green and black and tan, which I mean, I didn't think would make that big of a difference, but apparently it does. Apparently, especially when it's overcast like this and they can't see the shadow in the water, I'm sure that plays a part. This is something small. Stuck in the weeds now. He's not tiny, but he's not large either. Really hooked on too. Adolescent little guy, but nice bass nonetheless. That's number whatever it is. Pretty up there, I'd say, at this point. Which is surprising, but good kind of surprise. Serendipitous. There's another little bass. Oh! It's not a little bass. It's a good sized perch that just got off. Fuck. I wanted to see him up close, but yeah, nice perch. There's another little small guy. I decided to come back to this cove. It seemed to be quite the hot spot the first pass through, so probably gonna hit this and then go back to the boat launch area. Ow. God damn. Yeah, small little guy. Nothing special, but still a bass. Little adolescent teen. He'll get there someday. It's a nice bass. Oh, he's got some pull to him. Right next to this down tree. Good size to him. Pretty average. Adult. I like him. He's looking at me like, bruh, put me down. Well, I think that's gonna have to do it for today. Caught my quota. I don't know how long the video is gonna be, but probably caught over a dozen bass, so that's always a good thing, and in a good timely manner too. It's only been about 4 hours, so very high rate of catch and release, all in a spot that I didn't think would be that productive. I fished from shore. There's a couple short spots around here probably over 50 times and have caught close to nothing. It just was really close to my old house, so I'd always come down here. But yeah, I'm glad I went to the other half of this place and fished that side, because that was very successful. A lot of good sized bass, honestly. I thought I was gonna catch a couple small bass, couple panfish, couple little perch, but I was proved wrong. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to come back here next season, because there's big bass in here, and it's shitty because a lot of it is very weedy, but there's a lot of good islands and a lot of good boat docks to fish to. So yeah, this is my opinion has officially changed about this place now that I've been on the water on it for a good couple hours, because I've been on the water here before in a canoe, and I think we only stayed on this half too and didn't catch much in like the middle of like the afternoon in the summer. So I don't know what did it today. I don't know if it was the location or low pressure or no sun. I don't know. Like the water honestly feels pretty warm. I was surprised because like last weekend the water was cold where I was at, but hell, I mean, if they're active in here, then that's a good sign going forward for the rest of the year. I don't know how many more weekends I'll have left to fish, but we'll try to make them count. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.